I bet y'all wasn't expecting to see me.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your dude B-Love, aka Bubs the God here, and you are now tuned in to TTB Entertainment.
Bitch.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes, people. So my calendar is out now. I've been so excited to release this to you guys. This is the baddest calendar on the market, hands down. And the first 100 copies will be personally signed by me. So what are you waiting for? Get yours and make 2021 a little part.
Subscribe now. Only $25 a month. Cancel anytime.
Tis the season
to go shopping. Order TTB merch now.
Oh, you never been real, always been fake. Hiding in the bushes undercover ass snake. Thought you was a friend, that was a lie. I once was flying, but now I see. Charging me half, fucking up a bitch check. It's just time to get out this mess. So greedy ass bitch, you gon' see. Your hustle ain't a hustle, bitch, without me. I couldn't believe when tragedy came, it was going down. I was tumbling down when I looked around. Your ass wasn't around. All that shit I did for you and them kids wasn't at the hospital to hold my hand. But God had me, see, he had a plan. I tried my best to comprehend. That shit hurt the most, I didn't understand. Best friend, fuck that, this ain't no friend. This hoe switched everything up at the end. Better be careful who the fuck you let in. This is why, bitch, you my ex-best friend. Ho.
TTB Song of the Week. Lil Kendra, ex-best friend.
You are now tuned into the TTB podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with one of the most charismatic on-screen personalities I've ever had the pleasure of watching, and the host of Talk Live Tuesdays. Troy from the hit show Chasing Atlanta is on the line. Hey, Troy.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
So your name is Troy, right? But I heard you say Tag as well. Is that like an alter ego? What is that?
So Tag is like my initials, so it's T-A-G. That's Troy Anthony Gaskins. But of course Troy is my actual name, but I go by Tag. That was just something that one of my friends used to call me Troy Anthony when I was in school, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use my whole middle initial. Call myself Tag. Like, it's like my alter ego, but it's also like my business, what I brand myself with too.
Okay, I'm so happy you cleared that up, because I was like, what is Tag? What is that?
Yeah, a lot of people are always wondering, but I always have to let people know, like, yeah, it's just my initials.
Okay, you are on the #1 LGBTQIA reality show on YouTube right now. How did that happen? How did you get casted on Chasing Atlanta?
So first of all, I want you to reiterate that the highest rating.
Yes, the #1 show, doll.
The #1, yes. But I actually, I used to watch the show when I was in college, 2017. That's when I first found out about the show. And they were on season 2. But I know the reason I found out about the show because one of my colleagues was actually on the show, which is Devon. Devon was at FAMU. So I ended up watching it because I knew him, and then after season 2, Montel got on that show. That's when Montel was on the show. And so after season 2, me and Montel kind of like hit it off like on social media, and I would like DM him and stuff. Like, we just were like really cool. And so I just seen him out one night in Atlanta, and I had went to go speak to him, like let him know, like, you know, that it was me in person. I had DM'd him actually and was like, hey, you know, I'm here, I see you, da da da. So I ended up went to go speak to him, whatever. He was like, you know, you should apply for the show, and I was like, really? You think I could get on the show? And he was like, yeah, I think you do good. He was like, you style, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it. But the deadline was literally that night. Like, you had to apply by 12 o'clock. It was like 10 o'clock. We was at like a bar. So like, once I left the bar, I literally went home and applied like that night, did my video and all that stuff that night. And I sent my tape and stuff in, and like they called me, I want to say, maybe like a few days later, and hit me up and was like, they want to do an interview. And then after the interview, it was history.
All right. Well, yeah, we love you on the show. What is it like watching yourself on camera? Like, do you cringe or do you love it?
I cringe every week.
Really?
Every week. Now, I'm not gonna say every week, but I cringe mostly when I know it's like about to be some shit. Like, I just automatically just be like, oh, I already know. Like, and like that fight episode, I did not want to sit and watch through it. Like the episode, even all the episodes after the fight episode, like I'm just like, because I know what we're talking about, and then also I just feel like I just be hating to see what I'm gonna say or what other people have said. It is not really I cringe at myself. I'm cringing at everybody else on the show, because it's like, I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know how they're going to say their confessionals or what they're going to feel. And then that's when all the, you know, misunderstandings and all that stuff happens. So.
Now, we first saw you this season with Oliver TwiXt after his performance at iLounge. During your chat with him, you asked if he could be in the room with Kendra despite their issues for your Christmas party. Looking back, do you regret inviting both of them?
No. So first things first, anytime that it's going to be a group event, I'm going to invite everybody. I don't care who I'm cool with or who I'm not cool with or who nobody else is cool with. If it's a group event, I'm going to invite everybody, because at the end of the day, that's what the show is about. The show is about us coming together and trying to be like in the same room and work together as LGBTQ artists. So I just feel like, honestly, everybody has to grow up at some point and eventually be able, because like I said, I could have been in the room with Lauren. I could have been in the room with anybody on this show that don't feel a way towards me, that don't really care for me. But at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be all that every time. Like I could see if it was like a really real beef, like, bitch, you bust my tires last week, and now when I feel like I want to fight, like, no, y'all don't like each other because of something so petty, something that y'all could really talk out. So it's like, no, I don't regret it. I honestly don't regret anything that I've put forth this season.
Right.
Me trying out of effort to being friends with both of them.
Well, you also mentioned during your scene with Oliver in the confessional that you fell out of love with fashion. Why? What happened?
So I want to, and I have to clear this up a lot too. I shouldn't have said fell out of love with fashion. I fell in love with styling. I felt like the styling, you know, just realm was just so oversaturated. So it just kind of made me like back from that. And I just went into like my mind, like, and started thinking, like, while the show was in off season, while we weren't doing anything, I was just like, what else can I do? Like, what do I see myself doing? But being on the show really gave me a voice. It really made me into a personality kind of sort of. So I just was like, you know, I want to do my own talk show. I want to do my own interviews. Like, I want to be able to interview people out here that, you know, don't really have voices, don't really have, even if they do have a platform, I still want to interview them so I can get to, you know, talk about like what they do and how, you know, how they got into where they're at, and show them, like, you know, how inspiring they are to me, because most people that I get on my show are people that have inspired me, honestly.
Yeah, I saw your show. It was very well. I like the set. I like how you have the cards in your hand, and, you know, it's a really nice. How did you come up with the name Talk Live Tuesdays?
So, well, with Talk Live Tuesday, I was at my friend's house one night, and I was like, what can I do? I was like, what can I name my show and it still has something with tag, but also I wanted it to still, you know, be something that, you know, TNT, like T, I want T in all my, I kind of want the T in all my stuff. So when I was in college, I used to do a thing called Tag Along with Tag, and I used to do that on YouTube as well, but I ended up deleting all those videos off my channel once I started talking about Tuesday. But I used to do tag along with Tag. So I was like, okay, Tag Along with Tag. I could do a show, you know, on Thursday or Tuesday. But I know most people, you know, on Thursday, there's a lot of shows that come on Thursday, like actual network TV shows. So I was like, on Tuesday, you rarely have anything that people are watching. I was like, so I'll just do Talk Live Tuesday with Tag. At least I know that my audience will be able to tune in and get to know, like, what I'm talking about, whatever. Because and it still started with a T, so it was just like, boom, Talk Live Tuesday. let's do it. And I was gonna do it. And originally I was doing it live on Instagram.
Oh.
So I was doing it live on Instagram on Tuesdays. But then I was like, I wanted to make it into something bigger than it was. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. As I said on the show, I'm gonna switch it up and do something different. I want to make it into something bigger. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Can we talk about that fire pit scene with you, Kendra, and Wayne the Pain? Like, I fucking died watching that. Whose hilarious idea was that?
So that was actually Kendra's idea. I laugh at that scene often. I often go back and watch that first episode because it just makes me scream every time. But that was her idea. Like, even in that moment, it was just like, a lot of people be like, did they plan that? No, literally when I got there, we were talking and she had the contract and she was like, we had stopped filming for a second and she was like, Wayne, go light the fire. And Daria was like, and our producer was like, hold on, we're going to turn the camera back on. So she was like, bitch, I want to burn the contract, whatever. And I was like, well, girl, let's do it. And like I said, I'll do Lauren's contract because I don't really do her like that, but you can burn all of her contracts because at the time me and Oliver were really cool. So I was like, we can, whatever. And that's where that came about. I just thought it was real funny. And that whole moment was just funny to me.
That shit was hilarious. Now,
that was funny.
Was that your car that you pulled up in, or was that just for the cameras?
No, that was my car.
Okay, y'all heard the man. He said that's his car, period.
Yeah, that's definitely my car. I've had this car that I have now since I was in college. My mom got it for me when I was in school. But I'm actually I've been in the debate for the last 6 months of what kind of car I want to get. I feel like buying a car until somebody is actually in that space, to do it, it's probably the hardest decision you have to make because it's I really have to spend all this money on something that I want. This is a big purchase, and it's I don't got 7 days or 30 days to return it. Once I pull it out the lot, it's mine. So it's I really am trying to figure out what it is that I want.
Right. So at Oliver's brunch, you had an hilarious green screen reaction to meeting Rico with the K. You said he was fine with zero hesitation, and the show is available for everyone to see. What did Rico with the K have to say about your comment?
So before, so when in that, first of all, Rico lives. Rico thought it was so funny, so cute. We all have a group chat, me, Rico, Cameron, and Dominique. And so when the episode aired and he saw it, he was like, Fred, you did that. Now that was a moment. That was very iconic. But me and Rico are really cool. When I first met Rico, when I in that scene, that was literally my reaction. Because if anybody was paying attention when the door closed, if you see how I was just looking at Rico from behind the door, really? Okay, this little poppy chulo came in here, okay, Rick. But yeah, when I first seen Rico, I was very attracted to Rico, but as me and Rico became, as the show went on, we just became really, really cool. He's really close with Dominique. Me and Dominique are really cool. So, yeah, but he lived. It was a funny moment for everybody.
That shit was hilarious. During Oliver's brunch, you seemed to be taken back by Dominique being a dog groomer as a profession. Why was that? Have you never met a dog groomer before?
No, I was shook. And that's why I think there's so many things that LGBTQ people do, and not just saying LGBTQ people do this, but this is my first time ever seeing a personal dog groomer. I've seen, of course you got PetSmart, and you got all these little places where you can go get your dog groomed, but I've never seen somebody that just does this nothing else. This is their job. This is what he do when he wake up. He's going to different. I didn't even know celebrities get their dogs groomed by individual people. I didn't know any of this. So when he said that, I was really shook. It really made me think about a lot of stuff. I always say, Dominique is inspiring to me because I've never seen anybody have a come up off this. I've never heard anybody just say, I want to be a dog groomer, or I groom dogs. So yeah, it was really sickening to me.
Now, you also revealed during that brunch that you ate the kitty before, the vagina. What was that like? What was that like for us foreigners?
Oh my God! So that was actually probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever done in my life. I tell a lot of people the gushy down there is just not the gushy that come from the boys, because baby, that gushy is just too much. It just made me just I don't know. I had to do it just to make sure that I was gay, because I was like, you know what? Because at this time, I tell a lot of people, I was really boy still. I was really really in my trade beats when I first got to college, so I pulled up the girls like left and right, and I was just like this one girl I was talking to, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can if we gonna what's gonna happen, whatever. She ended up wanting to have sex with me, so I ended up eating about, we ended up having sex, and ever since then I just knew like this wasn't for me. I think we had sex like twice.
Oh my God!
Because I couldn't just have sex with her one time and I have sex with her again, kind of thing. Because it was just like if I do that, just something. Oh, you just want to have sex with me, you can move it. But we had sex like twice, and then the summer came, and then we ended up like falling off. But we're still cool. Like she's actually my friend to this day. Like I actually just went to her birthday party in June. Like she had a whole little Airbnb and all that shit that's going on. But like me and the girl are actually real cool. But eating the box was definitely not something I would do either.
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Definitely not doing it again.
All right. What did you think of Travis calling your Christmas party a Christmas kickback?
Who said?
Oh Lord! All right, Mariah Carey.
I don't know her, but literally, but no. I mean, honestly, it kind of like that's where my animosity came with Travis, because it's not even animosity. It's just kind of like, girl, you don't even know me to throw shade at me in your green screen. First of all, second of all, you wasn't invited because I didn't invite you. Q invited you, and Q wasn't even gonna be here. Third of all, you saying that you only go to big events and at big places, this and that and third, but we ain't seen you on the screen none this season, no big event. You ain't been to nothing of yours or nothing of nobody else higher class besides Dominique. That's the only events that you've been to in the club. Other than that, girl, we've seen nothing. So how can you get there? How can you get there professional and say that when you knew this all you was breaking this season?
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of Travis, did you see him pull Dominique into him at your party, or did you have to watch it on YouTube like everybody else?
So I did not see it at the party, but people who were there, because my actual friends were there too. And so people who were there actually did see him pull him down on him. So his statement is valid when he did pull him down. But I feel like instead of Travis, which he did admit to it, and he talked about it at the when we were at the brunch, my birthday party thingy, whatever.
Right.
But it is what it is. I mean, he did it, and he he had the girl say he got a history of just being aggressive with the girl. But hey, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay. Now, before things went left at your Christmas party, I was actually enjoying the game of Family Feud that y'all were playing at your party. However, we never ever got to hear your answers. So, Troy, besides yourself and clothing, what else do you wash?
What else do I wash? My ass.
That's perfect. So let's get away from the mess and dive into Troy the person real quick. Are you originally from ATL, born and raised?
I'm actually from Lake City, Florida, which is a small town like there in North Florida. It's close to Jacksonville. So that's normally when people be asking me, I'm talking about like Lake City, but it's like by Jacksonville, so I always be like either Jacksonville or Lake City. But yeah, that's where I grew up. Somewhere very small, somewhere that you wouldn't think a person like me would live.
Okay. What age did you know you were gay?
So I wouldn't say that I feel like I knew I was gay when I was in elementary school. Like maybe like I wouldn't say like I knew what gay was. I knew that I used to be attracted to boys. Like even when in elementary school, like I'm gonna say like maybe like 4th or 5th grade. Of course, I had like some little guy friends that we wouldn't like, of course, have sex or anything, but we would touch on each other. We would kiss sometimes. But I knew it was something. Of course, I knew that. At the time, people felt like two guys shouldn't do that or whatever case may have you. So I would say I officially just knew that I was gay when I got in middle school, kind of thing. Like that's when I first had my first not even sexual encounter, but my kind of like first oral encounter like with a guy and all that kind of stuff. So it was just like I knew at that point, but I was still in my I was in my trade days, so I still had the girls and the boys.
The trade days. How did your family take it? Did they take it well?
Well, at first, I would say they took it well, but it was something that I gradually threw on them. Like it wasn't like something I just popped out and came out with. Because like I said, I didn't really come out until I got in college, and my plan was in my head was just like, you gotta, you gay at this point. This was like middle school. I went through the picking on me, people picking on me. I went through the bullying and all that good stuff. I was just like, well, once I turn 18, once I move out my parents' house, like, I have to go to college. I have to get out of here and go to school. Like, that was my main goal. Like, I had to make sure I had the grades to go to school because that was my way out. I felt like I knew about financial aid. I knew about this stuff. Like, that was my way out kind of thing. So I was just like, once I get out of the house, I'm able to fend for myself. I can do what I want to do. I don't need nobody to take care of me. So either they accept me or they don't. So, like, when I got in college, I ended up writing my mom a letter, like, after my freshman year. After I had sex with a girl, then I had kind of got my first boyfriend. And I wrote her a letter, let her know that I was gay. One of my other cousins that I'm really close to, I wrote her a letter. But clearly, mostly everybody knew. They just were, I guess, waiting on me to say something. And, yeah.
Okay. Are you single or are you in a relationship now?
I am currently I wouldn't say I'm in a relationship, but I'm in something close to it. I'm banking on this to be a relationship sooner than later.
Okay, because I know you're a Cancer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a lovebird.
I know, I'm a Cancer too, so we love our relationships.
Yes!
You already know Cancer Nation, baby, period.
Yes, and it's a Pisces, so you already know how that goes. Pisces and Cancers are like...
Oh, yeah, they're good to go. You're good to go.
Yeah, that's where I might have found my husband hopefully, because I don't want to do no more niggas after this period.
Now, your favorite color to wear is orange that I've noticed. Is that your favorite color in general?
Mm-hmm. No, my favorite color is red, but this season, for some reason, like, the orange just popped out to me. It was like, you gotta put on the orange, you gotta do the orange. And so, like, when I did my opening scene, when they were like, it was gonna be pink, well, when we did the opening, that's why I wore the orange shirt with the gloves. And then when I did my, like, first confessional, I was like, you know what? I did orange there. I'm going to end up popping out orange in my first confessional. And I might pop out orange again for the reunion, but I'm just waiting to see.
Okay. You are fucking hilarious during your green screen confessionals. Are you just naturally that funny like that, or do you rehearse what you're going to say?
No, I literally be in confessionals, like, I don't know if people can tell, but I really be having to switch my mood up for the scenes. I mean, for the different confessionals, because the producers be laughing at me and I be laughing at them. So I have to really get into not just saying the character, but I really have to get into my person and be like, okay, now we gotta talk about the fight. Okay, now we gotta talk about this and whatever. Like, I have to know how to control myself in there, because it's like, I feel like I'm naturally funny. Most people tell me I'm funny, but I just be like, I don't see it. But clearly, it's a thing. But I really just be talking. Like, that's really just me in general.
Yes, I wait for your green screen confessional moments. I really do. I really fucking do. All right, now that we've all gotten to know you better, let's get back to the mess, shall we?
Let's get back to the mess, because I know what y'all ready to talk about.
You ready? So, your birthday party gathering. All hell broke loose between Lil Kendra and Oliver, but why did you get into it and start fighting? I was confused because you seemed to be a neutral party in the situation, but in that moment, you definitely picked a side. What happened? Why did you snap?
So, and it wasn't necessarily me picking a side. It was more so me like, okay, you come here, you did all this kind of thing, like, and then on top of that, you continuously, it's like you're I don't want to say egging him on, but it's like you're bullying him at this point, because you know he's not going to do anything. You're throwing stuff. We had already had this conversation, like, don't come here with all that. Like, if you don't need to drink and none of that before you get here, don't do that. And it was just like, I felt really disrespected. And then on top of that, Oliver is my friend. She's my friend too. But it's just like, in that moment, Oliver needed me more than she needed me. And on top of that, like I said, you disrespecting something that I really put my time and my effort into, that I had somebody cook for y'all, that I had, food couldn't even be hot. The food wasn't even hot anymore. When Travis got the food, it wasn't even hot, because we had already been in there damn near an hour and a half trying to get the shit set up. And then once we started filming, we literally couldn't even get to the food, because they automatically started showing out.
So you never got to eat?
No, nobody got to eat. Nobody. Besides Travis. I ate because of the food. After the fight and everything, after the last little part of the scene, when we went and had to sit down, I literally went and grabbed my food, got all the food out of the kitchen. Me and my friend took it back to our house, and we were sitting there, and we ate all the lobster tails. Of course, we didn't eat all the noodles and all the other stuff, but we ate the lobster tails, period.
Now, Online fans of the show were not happy with some of the comments that you said about Lil Kendra. They think you were being transphobic. How do you respond to that?
Like I said, even in the last episode, I feel like people don't know the difference between what transphobic is and being being transphobic, because it's not like I sit around and talk about trans girls and say, hey, this training this or this training that, or, I'm not out here saying, calling them men or anything like that. Like, in that moment, we were upset. We were just hadn't got done getting in a fight. So where I'm from is in Florida, like, all bets are off. Like, that's why a lot of people, I don't even know if you've seen recently, like when JT and Miami were arguing with Roland Ray, they was like, they don't understand why they didn't go as hard, because they was like, even when from Florida, like, once you say something about anybody from Florida, like, it's just like all bets are off. You get in a fight with somebody from Florida, all bets are off. It's just like, you have, like, it's really no remorse. So it's like, I wasn't saying it in a bad way, like just calling her a tranny or anything like that. Like, that was just in the moment of me being heated and having an argument, because I've never been. None of these girls can tell you I sat around them and just talk about trans girls. None of my friends will ever say that about me, because I have trans friends. I'm always posting a lot of trans women on my page, on my story, and way before I even knew Lil Kendra. So, me even learning trans women became a thing when I got in college. I had never seen a trans woman before until I started going to the gay club when I got to college. So, I know a lot of predominant trans women like that are really high up there. So I'm not transphobic. I don't have a problem with any trans woman. Most of the trans girls love me. Most of the T girls love me, is what I like to call them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I said what I said. I feel like I said, I agree when people say, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't have said it, but I want people to understand, too, that in that moment, it's not like I was saying it in a bad way. I was just upset. I was heated. She had called me a punk, a bitch, all this other stuff. Whatever, girl. We both said some things that we shouldn't have said to each other. We both did some things we should have did. You see it, you have to move on. My thing is, people look at the show and think that we're still not human. Don't act like if you wasn't upset, or if that wasn't one of the real fish out here getting into it with a trans girl, that she wouldn't call her a tranny ass bitch or call her a boy or something like that. Like, stop acting like you're not human. Like, people have to just stop acting like they're not human, that things don't just happen. Like, it's not like I did it intentionally. It wasn't like I was just sitting there bashing her or anything like that. Never would do that ever in my life, like, to any trans girl. Like, none of them. Like, so, yeah.
Right.
I can understand why they felt that way, but at the end of the day, stop sweeping at my front door and picking at my front door when your steps ain't clean either.
Oh, I mean, I never thought you were transphobic at all, but I had to address that.
Definitely.
Are you and Kendra in a better place today, or will we all just have to keep watching to see?
I'm gonna say keep watching.
Okay. Now, speaking of,
the reason I'm gonna say keep watching, because we still have a few more episodes to go. So, one thing I can say about this season, everything unfolds. So I would just say, just keep continuing to watch and stay tuned, because this week's episode and on fourth, it gets crazier. It's not like any fights or anything like that, but it gets crazy with a lot of tea, with a lot of things that are happening in all of our lives. It just gets crazy.
Oh, we can't wait to see. Now, speaking of issues, you and Miss Lauren squashed your issue. Thank the Lord. Mm-hmm. Are you and her still on good terms today?
Yeah, me and Lauren are actually on good terms. I guess I can say most of the people that she reconciled with on the episode were all on good terms. I actually went out with her maybe like a month or two, maybe not even 2 months ago, maybe like last month. I went out with her to the club for Candace's birthday. She was in the booth. We danced together. We had a little drinks, whatever. It's still cool. Of course, like, it's something that has to be built. We were gaining a friendship then, but it's just like, when the things happen that happen,
Right.
I feel like we're building. We're trying to get back to where we were. And that's not like guarantee that saying we're all just going to be besties, but I just want us all to be at some place where we're cordial, and that even if one person invites us out, that you're all there and we can, just get along.
I respect it. Now, the coronavirus, COVID-19, it happened while you were filming. And production, they shut everything down. How long did production shut down for?
So production shut down actually for we actually stopped filming. I think my last scene that I filmed was in February. Well, no, January. I think February. My last scene that we shot was in February. So we were shut down from March until June.
Oh wow!
When everybody started back filming. The first time we started back filming was, I'm not gonna say June, May. The end of May. No, it was the beginning of June because it was right before I went out of town for my friend's party. And we had shot the scene at the studio with Kendra. So like when people are saying like when did how the scenes so far apart, like we literally were on pause, came back, and immediately started filming. So that's why when we're watching the show, like the drama is still so fresh, like everything is just still so, because we literally just shot these scenes like maybe a few months ago. But Dario is working his ass off to give the girl a show. So that's why the episodes are literally like hours long or an hour long or 15 minutes long, because we literally just filmed these scenes like maybe months ago. Like some of these scenes, some of the end of the show that's about to happen literally just happened maybe in October and November.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We've still been filming, so yeah.
All right, Dario, fuck it up, boo.
Right.
You showed up to Oliver's food tasting, mask up, gloves up, not playing with Miss Rona, Lysol wipes in hand.
Yeah.
I
thought Laura was gonna be there, so that's why I did all that, because I thought she was gonna be there. I thought that she was gonna try to sneak her on me that day, for real. So I was like, and she had just came from China, so I was like, you know what? I might need to have my mask up because I don't know if this girl gonna be here or not.
I was dying, but I want to know how was Oliver's seasoning, honestly.
The seasoning was good. I can't lie and say that it wasn't. The seasoning was actually really good. Rico didn't lie. The food was kind of cold, but however, considering the circumstances, we understand why. But because the place, I think the place microwave or something was just not like working for us, and they didn't have it in there. It was just like a conventional kitchen. It wasn't like a kitchen that had everything in there. So but however, the seasoning was good.
Okay, good. Cause I love seafood, so I might have to get me some ASAP of some of his Oliver TwiXt seasoning, honey. So this season we were introduced to 3 new cast members: Dominique, Travis, and Rico with a K. Which one of them do you vibe with the most, would you say?
Dominique.
Oh.
Dominique is my favorite.
Wow. Okay. Everyone. Why is that? Why do you guys connect so well?
I think because Dominique was like the realist on the show to me. Even I know a lot of people seen the scene last week and some things have been said, but Dominique has really been like the only person that I hung out with outside of Oliver when Dominique was and Cam too, but Cam when it came to Dominique, it was Cam and Rico too. So it's like that's how it became, all of us became closer. It was like a package. But me and Dominique actually hang out like on our own time, like, and I just got to see like who he was. Like I know like things that happen in his personal life. Like he's talked to me about things. Like I've talked to him about things. Like I can text him crying or call him crying if I'm upset about something that I don't want to talk to my friends about it. Like he's been a listening ear to me, and I've been the same for him. So I just feel like we grew like a friendship outside of the show. Okay. So that's why I can more so. I guess that's why I can more so like pass on things that I may hear or may see, because I know that we're still on the show. But I know that genuinely in real life, like he's a friend, like he cares there. So yeah, we just outside the show we had good friendship. So that's why I would say he's my favorite.
All right, shout out to Dominique.
Period.
Hey friend. Everyone on the cast is so talented. Do you listen to any of their music? If so, who?
Honestly, I actually listen to everyone's music. But if I had to choose, I wouldn't say choose, but the person music I'm actually getting to more now is Rico. But at first, Kendra was like my favorite. Like, and it's not even because me and her got into an argument or anything like that. I'm not saying she's my favorite now, because her music is still on my gym playlist. I still have her music in my playlist on my phone. But Rico, I've just gotten into Rico, and his lyrics and everything, like they really hit. But Kendra, like her energy, like her bars and all that too. Like last season, my friends will tell you, like I used to bump Kendra like she was motherfucking Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, everybody's so fucking good. So we're getting to the end of the podcast, and I like to end the podcast with a game, and this game is least to greatest, okay? I'm going to name cast members and put them up against each other, and you have to name one the least and one the greatest.
Oh, okay, let's go. Let's get into it.
Okay, so Rico with the K versus Lil Kendra.
Wait, before I say this, is this about like just them on the show or how I personally feel about them?
Oh, for me, it was music-wise.
Oh, music-wise. Oh, okay. Right now I'm going to go with Rico.
Okay. Lauren versus Oliver.
Oliver.
Okay, so then we're going to end it with Rico with the K versus Oliver.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Right? Isn't it?
That's a hard one.
Because they both slay.
They do. Only reason I'm going to say Oliver because Oliver visuals hit. I love Oliver visuals.
Okay. Thank you so much for playing the game. Will you be back for season 5 if you're asked to be back?
I will go back to season 5 if there's a season 5. Right now, we are just living in color. So we're just trying to figure it all out. If there's going to be a season 5, we don't know yet. But if I'm asked to come back, yes, I would definitely come back. I feel like the Chasing Reality brand is really the staple. I don't care what anybody says online. I don't care how many of these other shows try to make their production better, whatever case may have you. Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Reality is the show. So I would never switch out on Dario for anybody. Like, no, none of these other, unless it's a big network, can't nobody tell me to leave Chasing Reality and come to the network from this show, period, because my loyalty and all that reigns to Dario because he is really the GOAT. And he's really giving us a platform. This isn't something that he's seen everybody else doing. He literally came up with this platform to give LGBTQ people who he feel like didn't have a voice or who actually have a voice and trying to put it out there. He's giving them a chance. So that's why I really rock with him. Like, no matter what anybody says about Dario, no matter how these casts may feel when things don't go that way, they know the real tea, they know the real vibe, and Dario is really like probably.
I know that's right. You better
one of the best people out. So
you better defend on Dario, honey. Yes, but
period.
What do you mean there might not be a season 5? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not gonna say there won't be. I will say this season has definitely been a lot. So if we were to take a break, I could see that, but it's just you just never know. And Dario is right now. It's not we have other production team members, but and Dario is the head man in charge. And if these bitches piss him off enough, he might just say, "Fuck it." And it's not like his brand won't continue. He still has Chasing Dallas. He still has Chasing LA getting ready to come out. Which we see that they're filming that. It's just he has so much other things on Chasing Reality platform that Chasing Reality as a brand will still continue to grow. So
I guess
I can't say that we're not going to have a season 5 because I don't know if we're having a season 5 or not. He hasn't said anything, but literally we never, like from my experience of being on last season, we didn't know that we were doing a season 4 until maybe 3 or 4 months after the reunion.
Okay.
So the reunion was in June, so we didn't get emails or anything like that until maybe September, and then we started filming in October, November.
Well, I think you guys will be back because let's be honest, those other shows are great, but Chasing Atlanta is the show. I'm sorry.
It's the show, and it's just like, honestly, this season has really set the tone because no other season has had any debuts or any episodes over 100K during the season. All of our episodes this season have over 100K viewers. So that just lets us know that we should do, and Dario is doing what he needs to do, promoting wise, all that good stuff. We're where we should be. So I feel like it would just be like foolish for us not to continue Chasing Atlanta. Because Chasing Atlanta, like I said, is the show.
Yeah, it's really well put together. Have you guys filmed the reunion yet?
We have not filmed the reunion, but stay tuned. Coming soon. I can't say when coming soon, but just know it will be soon in Atlanta.
All right, last question.
All the tea, all the gags that I've been waiting for is coming short.
Oh yeah, we can't wait for I cannot wait for the reunion. But last question for you: what is next for Troy?
So just a little exclusive tea, because I haven't really said this, really had this question, so I will give you this. So of course I'm still working on Talk Live Tuesday. I'm actually taking December off. After I did my last interview in November, I was like, I'm gonna take December off, get some more guests on there, like really plan it out more, and start back in January and doing some more shows. But I will say that one of my shows in January will definitely be epic. It's gonna be somebody that a lot of people want to hear from. But I also am going to say, like, next year I'm actually working on, so like I said, I didn't fall out of love with fashion, I just fell out of love with styling. But a lot of people don't know I used to have a fashion boutique when I was in college. It was called TouchedByTag Closet. And and the Instagram is actually still up, but it's called TouchedByTag Closet, and I'm actually gonna get my LLC and stuff like that, so that I can get a tax ID number, so that I can shop around for different vendors and stuff like that to find products, because next year I definitely want to push my boutique out there. I'm just waiting my goal this season was to really push myself, to put myself out there, to gain a certain amount of following, so that I can have that following to push a brand. And so that now that I'm at that point, and I feel like I'm growing, my followers are growing every day, that I can be able to do that next year. So I'm actually working on that as well. And yeah, I'm just, trying to make myself a personality. Like, not even make myself a personality, but show the personality that I have to the people that are out there. I want to, even though I'm not a blogger, but I do want to be on red carpets doing interviews. I definitely want to be able to, sit down with people exclusively and talk to them, whether if it's not on Talk Live Tuesday, but if it's just me being at a red carpet or being at an event and just having a one-on-one interview with someone after they perform or whatever case may have you. But I'm just really pushing myself and working on a lot of things that I feel like can get me into the realms of things that I want to get into. Like I said, it's not all about being popular. It's not all about having all the most money. I really want to touch people's lives, and that's why I say TouchedByTag a lot. Like, of course, it's a good styling, but I also use it as, like, I want to touch people's lives. I want people to feel touched when they're around me, no matter what I do, whether it's my interview, whether it's me just talking to you and giving you a word. Like, I want people to be touched. So it's a lot of more things that are going to come with the touch name in the long run. But right now, like I said, I'm just following along my dreams, what I have right now, and doing, my show and using my like I said, I have a degree in PR, so I want to use those things and put those things to work, because I know that I can. So
yes, you can, you will. Touch them, Lord. Touch them, Tag.
Yes.
You got this. I'm so excited for your future, and I love watching you on the show. I hope this is season 5. I love your Talk Live Tuesdays. I was actually watching it before this. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. And I thank you so much for coming on the show. I was told that, I can't take up too much of your time because you have other things to do. So
I have another little thing to do tonight too. So
okay, that's fine. So we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff.
No problem. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at TouchedByTag. Make sure you subscribe to the Boom Network on YouTube, and make sure you just stay tuned to Taste of Atlanta every Wednesday at 8 p.m. This Wednesday we are out, but just know that next week is a lot of tea. So make sure y'all stay tuned and tune in. This is your boy TouchedByTag, the Boom. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Bye, love.
See you later. Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
There's only 2 episodes left.
How was me putting up negative stuff about me not tearing me down?
The drama isn't slowing down.
No!
Wayne is going to be the reason you're going to be stuck.
I have so much stuff that I'm worried about. Like, I'm still waiting on my results to know if anything is good and stuff like that.
Well, the court date is coming up. I've been trying not to think about it.
It's a lot, girl. I know y'all been seeing what's going on online. Girls cutting up, doing their lives. Girl, they don't show up to events, but they'll get on the live and get the carrying.
Now.
Next Wednesday.
One thing you're not gonna do is lie on motherfucking me.
Pressure is building.
In order to get respect, you gotta give it.
And someone may be driven to the edge.
First of all, you are her help, and that's why people feel some type of way about you, boo. Come down to your level.
Lauren, please no. Lauren, please.
She wanna lie to you. She wanna lie to you. To be continued when the bitch ain't motherfucking here.
Where my bag at?
You gotta watch it live.